No warning was fast enough. No infrastructure strong enough. No one expected this. The sky, the sea, and the earth all unleashed on the same day. Morning of July 30th, 2025. China wakes to a name, K. A tropical storm. Harmless, forgettable, or so it seemed. But just hours later, gentle winds became walls of water. Roads vanished, cars floated, entire families fled for their lives in Zhejiang and Zhejiang. But the sea wasn't done. Beneath the surface, something stirred. A violent jolt, 8.0 magnitude, off the Kamchatka Peninsula. Tsunami warning sounded. Waves nearly 1 meter high raced toward the Chinese coast as the tide was already rising. Far inland, the sky turned black. In Chengdu, midday looked like midnight. Then came the hail. Millions of ice stones, each the size of a golf ball, rained down like missiles. Glass shattered. Cars were crushed. The city froze in chaos. 3 disasters, 1 single day, and 1 haunting question. Are we truly prepared for a world where disasters no longer wait their turn? Stay with us. What you're about to see will change the way you see nature forever. At exactly 8:40 a.m. on July 30th, 2025, Tropical Storm K made landfall in Zhejiang, a coastal city famed for its high-tech container ports. But within just 30 minutes, every major road leading into the industrial zone was underwater. The wind howled non-stop. Water surged through the streets, faster than it could drain. Ships broke free from their moorings. Waves crashed into the docks, tearing massive containers from their stacks, sending them drifting like toys. Surveillance cameras captured it all. Steel cargo boxes floating where trucks used to park. The wind wasn't even that strong, but the water, it was like a tsunami. Those were the words of Mr. Zhang, a port worker, live-streamed in real time on Douyin. The video quickly went viral. In the first 3 hours after landfall, Zhejiang recorded 126 millimeters of rain, more than the city usually sees in an entire month. But it wasn't just the rain. A surprise high tide surged in, striking coastal neighborhoods like Xincheng, Putuo, and Dinghai. Seawalls were overwhelmed. Entire streets turned into canals. K didn't bring record winds. It brought unstoppable water. And for thousands living by the shore, it struck without mercy. In Ningbo, the logistics hub of Zhejiang province, non-stop rain from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. paralyzed the entire downtown area. The city transformed into a water world. Cars floated like boats. Traffic lights flickered in the rising water. People moved around, using homemade rubber rafts. A paramedic from the emergency unit recalled, "We had 2 critical cardiac cases, but the ambulance couldn't get through. The water was waist deep. In the end, we had to call in a motorboat." At Ningbo No. 2 Hospital, the ground floor had to be evacuated. Medical equipment was rushed upstairs to the 2nd floor, all within 30 minutes. In Shanghai, a city of 24 million, all movement came to a halt. Both major airports, Pudong and Hongqiao, suspended all domestic and international flights. Departure halls were overcrowded. Passengers slept on the floor. Children cried from exhaustion. According to Shanghai Daily, 410 flights were canceled at Pudong, 230 at Hongqiao, impacting more than 50,000 travelers in a single day. The high-speed rail network connecting Shanghai, Hangzhou, and Ningbo was shut down. Taxis were the only transport option left, but most engines failed from floodwater. Over 100 emergency shelters were opened inside residential towers. Police patrolled the streets, repeating the same broadcast. Level 1 weather alert in effect. Do not leave home unless absolutely necessary. What started as a coastal storm soon pushed deep inland. By 2 p.m. in Chengdu, the capital of Sichuan province, the sky turned dark in less than 10 minutes. Then came the rain, the wind, and something far more terrifying: hail. Not snowflakes, not sleet, but solid balls of ice, as big as ping-pong balls, slamming down like mortar shells. They punched through rooftops, smashed car windshields, short-circuited power grids, and sent entire neighborhoods into blackout. In the Zhejiang district, one car dealership reported over 3 million yuan in damage. Nearly 70 demo vehicles were dented, shattered, totaled. Downtown Chengdu went dark. No electricity, no phone signals, no emergency lights in gas stations, convenience stores, even hospitals. At Sichuan University, students were forced to hide under desks. One viral video showed a lecture hall, reduced to debris, as hailstones pounded through the ceiling like a bombardment. In less than 20 minutes, the storm turned one of China's largest inland cities into a disaster zone. Just as China was struggling to stay afloat under Storm K, another threat emerged, this time from beneath the sea. At exactly 2:12 p.m. Beijing time, a powerful 8.0 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, and within just 18 minutes, China's National Marine Forecasting Center issued a red alert. Tsunami waves up to 1 meter high may reach Shanghai, Zhoushan, and the eastern seaboard by 6:30 p.m. The wave wasn't massive, but in cities already underwater, with storm drains overwhelmed, rivers rising, and levees under strain, even 1 more meter could be catastrophic. The government issued an urgent warning. 1 minute late, thousands may die. Stay away from the coast, stay indoors, do not take risks. Along the East China Sea, every seawall was put on maximum alert. All vessels were ordered to turn back. Anchoring zones were locked down. Patrol boats moved into position. By early evening, the ocean was no longer just a threat. It was a countdown. K wasn't the most powerful storm to hit China, but it became a full-scale test of response, of coordination, and of how much punishment a modern city can take. Flooding, mass flight cancellations, hailstorms, gale-force winds, blackouts, and a looming tsunami threat, one after another, without pause. A disaster response expert from Fudan University told CCTV, "This is the moment we must reevaluate everything, from urban drainage systems to emergency protocols. We cannot depend on weather forecasts alone." July 30th, 2025 won't be remembered as the day of a super typhoon. It will be remembered as the day when the weather, the ocean, and the earth all turned hostile at once. From Tropical Storm K to hailstorms in Sichuan to tsunami waves from Kamchatka, 3 layers of disaster, 3 levels of chaos, unfolded over a single country in under 12 hours. The lesson is clear. Nature no longer strikes one at a time. It strikes all at once, and harsher than ever before. Today's urban infrastructure isn't ready for stacked disasters, when one crisis sets off another. We need better early warnings. We need community-based response systems taught in every school. And we, as individuals, can no longer afford to ignore the signs. Preparedness, awareness, quick action. These are not options. They are survival. Thank you for staying with us until the very end. If you found this video helpful, share it, because next time, the person in danger might be you.